Hey everybody, welcome back. Damer here, and I'm bringing you another Hearthstone budget deck. Today we'll be looking at the Swarm Warlock deck, a kind of watered down version, so to speak, of an already pretty easy to put together deck. The basic idea of the deck is that it is a swarm deck, sort of similar to an aggro, sort of similar to a rushdown, but plays out slightly different. Um, I want to cover this a little bit differently than I normally do because there are a lot of options in terms of building this on a budget that I did not go with that could have perhaps been a better choice. Um, so first I'll cover what is in the deck. You have Soulfire, pretty, well I should say really good card. Deals 4 damage. You discard a random card but it has 0 cost, and since in this budget deck, you really want to be holding on to your removal as long as possible. It's it's not too bad that it makes you discard a card, so that's pretty good. Mortal Coil for some card draw. Blood Imp, Flame Imp. Blood Imp and Flame Imp are both amazing 1-drops. These are so good. Yeah, this deals 2 damage to you, but you're not really too worried about it. So far with this deck, I have a 75% win rate, which is around what I had with my other 2 budget decks, and it just plays so amazingly. But basically, you're going to be winning by turn 6, 7, 8. So most of the damage you're going to be taking will be from Flame Imps and Life Tap. You're not really going to be taking a whole lot of damage from the enemy. Blood Imp, great 1-drop because it gives all other minions +1 health. Voidwalker, another really good 1-cost drop that has a taunt effect, which is amazing. Voodoo Doctor, this is included in the deck, in the original deck. I have considered taking it out for other things because, yeah, it restores 2 health and it's a 1-drop, which is amazing. But because of that, you're typically going to want to hold on to it for a little while and use it at a key moment. And there are other cards that can accomplish this, so I might change this out. Acidic Swamp Ooze, I do not believe is actually in the original deck, but I find this card to be absolutely imperative in any deck. Getting rid of the True Silver Champion from the Paladin, getting rid of the Arcanite Reaper from the Warrior, getting rid of a Perdition's Blade, getting rid of a Eagle Horn Bow, which isn't really seen much, but being able to get rid of any of those is so good, especially since Acidic Swamp Ooze costs way less mana. So I'm pretty sure it might be in the original deck, but I don't think so. Direwolf Alpha, amazing card. Adjacent minions have +1 attack. Ironbeak Owl for the silence. Succubus, an amazing 2-drop. Drain life, deal 2 damage, restore 2 health. Shadowbolt, some more spot removal. Raid Leader for some more pump up. Razorfin Hunter to spam out those creatures. Shattered Sun Cleric to give a friendly minion +1/+1. This is another card that I'm pretty sure is in the original deck, but you could probably find another card that is suitable. I have thought about putting a Stormwind Champion instead, which is a 6-cost 6/6, I believe. Maybe it's 6/5, but it gives all minions +1/+1. So I kind of feel like that may be a better choice than this, although this is playable earlier on and can be played in conjunction with other cards in the same turn. So it has its ups and downs. Void Terror, this is the rare that I had to craft to make this deck. I had several options, which is what I'm going to go over next, and I actually feel like this was the wrong choice. This is a very, very good card. Destroy the minions on either side of this minion and gain their attack and health. This isn't in the original deck, but I feel like if you have to craft one of these rares, that this is not the choice to make. And I'm running into a few issues. I'm still really successful with this deck, but it's losing to things that I think it would probably win to otherwise. It's really, really having a tough time with rogues and druids, and paladins are a bit of a rough match as well, although a lot easier. And for that reason, I have Hellfire in here to get a little bit of clear. Again, taking the 3 damage is not that big of a deal because of how quickly you're trying to burn them down. Dragonling Mechanic, a very good card. Same sort of thing as the Razorfin Hunter. I believe the original deck only had 1. Yeah, it only had 1. I believe it only had 1 Voidwalker as well. And then a Frostwolf Warlord. This is in the original deck. The other cards, the cards that I am missing, are Power Overwhelming. Give a friendly minion +4/+4 until the end of turn, then it dies horribly. I believe it had one of those, maybe two. And then Siphon Soul. Destroy a mana and restore 3 health to your hero. This is another great rare for the Warlock. It gives you a lot more powerful late game removal, which is another area that I'm having issue with, but not as much. But this can really deal with that, you know, the Ironbark Protector. It can deal with the Lord of the Arena. It can deal with that late game Shield Master that just happens to pop up right before you're about to make that final pounce, you know. However, the rare that I believe should have been made, let's see if I can find it really quick. Oh wait, was that it? No, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Well, basically the card gives minions adjacent to it. There it is. Defender of Argus. Give Battle Cry, give adjacent minions +1/+1 and taunt. And I feel like that is really what this deck needed was the taunt, not the extra late game threat, because you can get an extra a late game threat out of other places. And then on top of that, given that this is a series on budget decks, it is also a neutral card, which means you can use it in other areas than just the Warlock deck. So I do believe if you do not have any of these rares mentioned, that this is the one to craft for this deck. It just gives so much power to it, so much power. And then I chose to craft, for me the choice was between Power Overwhelming and Flame Imp. I decided to go with Flame Imp because I believe he only had one of these in the deck, and I just feel like this is such a good 2-drop. It's really what allows you to kind of snowball the game, and is really, really, really strong. Demon Fire might have been in there as well. This is a really good choice. Deal 2 damage to a minion if it's a friendly demon. Give it +2/+2 instead. This may not have been in the deck, but if you're missing any of these random cards, like the Ironbeak Owl, the Direwolf, I think the rest are all base set, so you should have the rest. Yeah, if you may not have Blood Imp. It's definitely a strong substitute card. This would, if you happen to have this card, it would definitely be a good choice. Definitely be a good choice to use. Say you did not have your Soul Siphons or the Defender of Argus, but you had this card, you're still going to do really, really well. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. Now to show you it in action. I have risen to Plat 2 now. You noticed in my first few videos I was not that highly ranked, so I'm pretty happy with that. I did get there off of the Hunter deck though, so which I have actually made a few alterations to as I've gotten a few more cards crafted, but that's not important right now.
Gul'dan
So we're facing the Priest. That's a really good matchup for us.
The light shall bring
We should have a pretty good time. You should be able to see exactly how this deck really shines here. So we don't need this. This is a late game card anyway. This is a late game card. We'll keep this just so we can. That means we could turn to life tap and be able to get it back turn 3. But we got what we wanted anyway, so we're all good. Let's see what we get on the draw. A Soulfire, awesome. Just go ahead and throw out the Voidwalker. And pass the turn. I tend to forget to do that. Alright, so he's taking forever. I don't think he's really going to have a play. Yeah, he didn't have a play. Razor, Fen, Hunter. That could be a really good 3-drop for us. We'll go ahead and throw this out. Hit for 1. I am going to show you another game. I was kind of only thinking I would do one, but hopefully I can show you This deck can get off to a much stronger start than this, which involves getting a Flame Imp. Getting a Flame Imp on the draw or in your hand initially really puts you ahead. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this down now to heal this. Really not necessary, but really 2 damage now, 2 damage later. What's the difference? You are going to usually use this to heal yourself, not another minion, because most of your minions will actually die. They're not going to survive. Alright, that's interesting. So, he got these cards from my deck when he played his, where is it? Thought Scour, which for some reason isn't showing up at the moment. That's kind of weird. Alright, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So we will go ahead and throw this out. I don't really care about tossing this away, so we're just going to go ahead and destroy that. This game is all, or this deck I should say, is all about that early aggression, aggressing as hard as possible, as early as possible. So we are going to go ahead and get rid of that now. We have plenty of removal left in the deck, so I'm not too worried about it. Plenty of removal indeed. I don't know why people take so long in these early turns to decide what they're going to do. It's not like they have a whole lot of mana. You know, you can't have that many options. Yeah, he's got a handful of cards, but... Okay, so he played the Northshire Cleric. Whenever a minion is healed, one of his minions, of course, draw a card. That's really good for him. I'm going to hold off on this. I'm really hesitant about having this in the deck in the first place because our minions, almost none of them can survive taking 3 damage. Almost nothing in this deck, period, can survive taking 3 damage. So a little bit of a problem there for this deck. I'm not sure if I want to rush down here. Well, you know what? Let's life tap to see what we get. We've got a Shadow Bolt. Perfect. We'll Shadow Bolt this right on out. And then we will swing with everything. Except for I'm not swinging with this. Because once you reveal it from stealth, it's really easy to pick off. Really easy to pick off. Oh, go ahead. Turn. I'm guessing that he's going to go ahead and Holy Nova here. If he has it, it's definitely the play to make. Yep. Will he trade out something with the Imp? No, he will not. He is not going to trade out with the Imp. That is an interesting call. Okay, we're going to go ahead and life tap again. As you've seen, so he took 2 damage from the Holy Nova. Other than that, the only damage we have taken is from the life taps.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
So best suited on here. I'm not really too worried about my taunt creature. He's definitely done some work this game, so he can get picked off if need be. We're actually getting kind of fortunate here. He hasn't played a Shadow Word Pain yet, which would kill off any multitude of these minions, so it's pretty interesting. Stampeding Kodo. That is a really odd card for him to have in his deck. Gotta say, odd card to have in his deck. Inner Fire, interesting. Does he follow that? No, he has no more mana. I thought he might follow that up with the Shadow Word Pain, but he did not have that in his hand. Alright. You know, he's not going to have a weapon. We know that, so we'll go ahead and play that. Draw a card. Alright, we're just going to keep the stuff in his hand. I am not going to play this because I do not want to overcommit to this board.
Push forward.
Especially given that this is constructed, he definitely has another Holy Nova in his deck, and he'll just be able to throw that out. At which case I could use my Hellfire the turn after, or my next turn, and then Mortal Coil to pick off whatever. Oh, Shadow Form, here we go. So he's going to start picking stuff off here. I don't really think... I guess that was the right call. The highest threat on the board, so... There's 1 damage there. Does he use the Blood Imp? No. Yes, he's finally going to attack with that damn Blood Imp. Awesome. Okay. That means we can Mortal Coil it. I've been waiting for that all game. Holy shit. Alright, what else we got? We can... Let's see here. This would make this a 4-3. This a 3-3. That's 7. And Hellfire makes the end of the game. So we're going to pump this up. Hit for 4. Hit for 3. And then Hellfire for well played. Well played. As you guys see, I really didn't take all that much damage. Most of the damage that I took that game was from my own life tap. It just, you rush down so quickly that you really force them to use their minions to trade with yours. So I'm going to go ahead and show you one more game with this deck. So successful for me, so successful. The guy who made the whole deck, the actual completed deck with all the rares in it and all the appropriate cards, claims it has an 86% win rate at 3-star Masters. So it's a pretty strong deck. Alright, against a mage. Mage can be a bit of an issue. But not until turn 5. So let's see here. Don't need this. I don't really want both of these in my hand again. I kind of want to keep this. We are going second, so actually I should probably keep that. We're going to go ahead and keep the rest. There's what I wanted, the Flame Imp. Awesome. Okay, so you guys are going to get to see the other side of this deck now. Arcane? No, Grizzly, Grimscale Oracle. All of them, Warlocks at +1 health, I believe? Yeah, +1 health. Awesome. Not a big deal. He may be able to deal with this, actually. You know what, let's do it anyway. He may be able to deal with it, but I doubt it. There aren't very many things he could do. He could ping it and trade, which is a possibility. No, he's going to Bluegill Warrior. Does he trade with it, though? Yes, he does. Decides to trade with it. I don't think that was really worth it. I mean, he does want to keep his Grimscale Oracle up. But all in all, I don't think that was worth it for him. We're going to go ahead and throw out our taunt this turn. And Turn 3. We'll probably Razorfin Hunter. We'll see what he does. Next turn, he will be in Polymorph range if he has drawn it. He may have drawn it. Perfectly plausible for him to have done so. Frostbolt. Then he trades? I mean, he can't attack. No, he's still not trading. Okay. Interesting. So we're just going to throw out some more for him to deal with then. We are not going to attack with this. We are going to force him to use some sort of AoE to get rid of it. He is now in Polymorph range. He's going to ping it off. Okay. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Okay. Now what's he going to do? Swing for 1. All right. Anything else? No. He's not going to do anything else. So we're going to replace our taunt. Throw this guy up. And now we have a monstrous... I'm pretty tempted to attack with this. I feel like it's lost damage. I really feel like it's lost damage, but I value the extra health because this means if he blizzards this turn, more minions survive. Because what happens is while this does die, the health is calculated beforehand. So this actually goes down to 2 health instead of 1 health. This goes down to 2 health instead of 1 health, and so on and so forth. So it's quite worth it. This is a perfect time to Shadow Bolt. Shadow Bolt? I mean, this was a 1-1. Yeah, this is worth the trade. Totally worth it. Swing to the face. I'm going to life tap instead of playing Succubus because if I Succubus, it either gets rid of Hellfire or my coin. While the coin is quickly losing its usefulness, it is kind of important to have it. Draw 2 cards. Alright, the Mage is one of the only classes that can actually keep up with the Warlock in terms of card draw. Drew another Blood Imp. Alright. that's good for us. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drain soul. Right, that's drain soul. Drain life, excuse me. And then we'll trade with this. Just replace it with this. Same kind of logic from last time, no real reason to play it. Razorfin Hunter, alright. So, another mistake that can be made with this deck is... Okay, so next turn I'll have 7 mana, right? There's the Flame Strike. This is a perfect example of this, right? So he just wiped my whole board. So if I had already played these guys, I would have nothing left to play. So now I have things to repopulate the board. I can throw this up. I'm not going to throw up the Succubus. Oh hell, why not? What do I lose? That's a bummer. I kind of wanted to lose the coin, to be honest. And then I'm going to life tap again and draw another Succubus. Jesus. And then we'll end the turn. Unless he has another Flame Strike, which is possible. You know, he's back into the same position he was. Yeah, they're not pumped up, but what's he going to do? Okay, so there's been a Fen Creeper. Pretty good play there. What else does he have? It's not a Polymorph. It could be a Frostbolt. A Bluegill Warrior. So he's going to trade out. Okay, wait. I thought this gave health. No, this gives attack. Okay. Okay. Soulfire. I am now tempted to Hellfire, to be honest. Alright, let's Hellfire. Oh, that's right, it does 3 damage. I'm a moron. Then we will Soulfire and hope we don't lose the Succubus. No, we will not lose the Succubus. Awesome, we can play the Succubus. Life tap, we get our Shattered Sun Cleric, and all is well in the world. Now, he's not going to waste another Flame Strike on that. He could Blizzard, he could Polymorph.
Behold, the
he's going to Stormwind Champion, okay. That doesn't leave him enough mana to really do that much else, so... He is on a 2-turn timer at this point. There is our Void Terror. We're going to go ahead and throw this baby down.
The Sunwell.
As the master wishes.
The question here is, do we life tap? The answer to that is indeed no. The reason for that is he could Fireball for 6. There's 12, 13, 14, some other random beat of damage. Yeah, would be 15. So we're going to throw this out. The reason we're throwing this out, one, because it's just an amazing card. I love the card. It's so good. But it shows him a threat. It shows him a threat. Like, you need to deal with this now. And it kind of can be distracting. He knows he would have died either way. But now he kind of wonders, should I deal with this or should I go through with whatever other plan he had?
What you want?
And now he's out of mana. That really made no sense to me. He can attack for 8 if he chooses to. He cannot kill this. So I don't know what else he plans on doing.
You win.
And I win. Yep. Well played. So, as you guys see, it's a very strong deck. It is a very strong deck. What did we get for level 20? We got a gold drain life. That is awesome. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. If you liked the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel. You can also check me out on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/JerGrady. Thank you once again, and we'll see you soon.